viewers, welcome back. Today we are going to talk about one very important change in GST, which is GST 2B report. As you are aware, we already have GSTR 2A report, which gives information about the ITC that we have received from our suppliers. However, this report had certain difficulties which was making reconciliation little difficult. So government has come up with a new report, GST 2B report, to make things easier. Let us try to understand the salient features of this report. Number one, this is a static report, that is, it will not change once it is generated. It will be generated on the 12th of each month for the previous month. Number two, this report will give details of ITC available and ITC not available, including ITC on import of goods as well as for supply from SEZ. The information about import of goods and SEZ is a new feature to GST. Number three, there is an option to search invoices as well as request statement over email. Number four, and the most important change. Say for example, if one of my supplier files the invoice of May, June and August, all the three in the month of August, in the earlier GSTR 2A, the way it will come is the May, the June and August invoice we filed in August 2020, they will reflect in the respective month's report. So the May month report will get refreshed every time a new invoice is added. This is how the GSTR 2A was designed. This was matching very difficult. People had to download the same month report again and again and do the reconciliation. There were instances where suppliers used to file with a delay of 6 months, 9 months and more, and making this reconciliation an extremely tedious process. This will go away with this GST 2B report, where if May, June and August invoices are filed together in August, they will still appear only once in the August report. Number 5. Information about ITC not available. This will contain two bits of information. Number 1. Those invoices where the supplier has filed his return 6 months after the end of the financial year, wherein ITC cannot be taken, are the information about invoices and debit notes where the GST number and the place of supply are in some state and the recipient is in some another state. Number 6. There will be information about ITC available. However, just because there we see an entry in ITC available, we cannot take it immediately. We have to, 1, look for any duplicate invoice. Number 2, there are instances where ITC is passed to us, but that ITC credit is ineligible, or there are situations where we cannot take ITC because of various acts and rules on GST. So we should not take them in GSTR 3B report. Number 7, on reverse charge. This report will not have information about reverse charge on import of services and few other instances of reverse charge, which has to be calculated manually while filing GSTR 3B report. Overall, this will definitely help the taxpayers with the rigorous process of matching ITC credit. However, we recommend that each businessman should do the following. Number 1, they should file their GSTR 1 return by 11th of each month so that their customers can see the ITC by the 12th of the month. Number 2, they have to download their GSTR 2B report after 12th of each month, and if they see if there is any credit which is ineligible or a duplicate, they should not take it. Number 3, they should match their ITC in books with the entries appearing in GST 2B report and find out those suppliers and those invoices which has been missed out and not filed by the vendors. Number 4, they have to follow up with those vendors month on month using this GST 2B report and their ITC in their books. And number 5, finally, they can prepare a tracker using this GST 2B report, and those suppliers who normally default or delay in filing their GST returns, they should start talking to them and try to find an alternative way of dealing with them and make sure, 1, their suppliers are compliant or they do business only with those suppliers who properly file the return. We understand that in today's situation, there are still many businesses who are recovering from the COVID impact. Compliance is always burden. However, those businesses which will start implementing compliance much more rigorously than what they were doing earlier, when the economy improves, they will focus on the growth rather than on compliance issues. So with this we come to the conclusion of today's video. I hope this information was useful to you. Till we see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.